in terms of current child protection measures targeted at the online space, what improvements or changes would you like to see from a student's perspective?
Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening. The first thing I would like to say is probably involvement, both from the school and parents. For example, I know growing up, my mom always used to ask me, oh, who are your friends? Who are you talking to online? Just basically questions like that. And in as much as you might think it might not go a long way, it does go a long way. Because every single time she asks me those questions, it makes me want to engage her more into my life, more into my social life, including both online and physical. And I think involvement is a very important aspect, as well as also awareness, letting kids and children know that this is what's going on. Now, especially since the world is moving to an age where everything is now online. Classes are online. If you want to get stuff, if you want to buy stuff, you go online. If you want to meet new people, you go online. Basically, almost everything, like I said. So awareness is also an important key, but involvement is the main factor. Because if you're not involved in their life, obviously you can't keep track of what they are doing. And they feel a sense of, they don't feel comfortable speaking to you. They don't feel comfortable sharing these details, talking about these things to you. So which is why I commend you for really showing that you've involved yourself into their lives, because then they feel more open. And they also remember that, you know, okay, I'm online, I saw this, let me go tell my mom. Or this is what happened, let me go tell my mom. So the more you keep showing that involvement in their life, the more you keep showing that you care, that you want to know what's going on in their life, the more they would want to come out and actually speak to you regarding anything. And of course, growing up as a teenager, I won't lie, even as much as I was close to my mom and my parents, there are still some things that I would feel very anxious, nervous, telling them and everything. And that's human nature. Psychologically, that's what you would expect. You can't obviously know everything about your child. But over some time, I realized that, like, I think it was just the approach that my mom took in speaking to me and talking to my siblings and everything. The approach is what honestly made it what made me more comfortable in speaking to her. She wasn't the kind of person that would be like, okay, give me your phone every night, or you get it in the morning. She was more so like, as long as you're not doing anything that would cause you to have any harm, as long as you're not this and that. And she just wanted to know about my life, my social life, like, who are your friends online? What did you see online? Sometimes she would even gist me. Sometimes we would even watch Instagram reels of how they are cooking one native jollof rice, something like that. So things like that, in as much as you might not necessarily know what they are doing, but when problems arises, you would see that they would feel more comfortable in coming to you. They will feel like, okay, yes, I can speak to her about this. There are issues that are there, I can speak to them about it. And as for schools, I think the main thing is also awareness for schools, especially letting them know that, okay, this is what's going on. I like how you recommended that you have like sessions and where like public speakers will come and talk to them. Things like that really would actually encourage you. For example, in Bridge House, I know that we had our ICT teacher, and he gave us this talk about digital footprint and cookies. And after that, I learned so much. And from there, when I go online on websites, I know not to use it. I know not to agree to cookies and things like that. I'm sure if you go on websites, you would see agree to cookies and everything. And at first, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know that it had any significance or any relevance. But after that session, after that panel, I've been taking steps, I've been taking actions, and I feel like that's highly needed in schools. It's very important that we let them know what is going on. We don't have to tell them, okay, don't do this, don't watch these videos. But when you give them further details, when you explain these things to them, break it down to the level that they can understand, you would see that it will actually make an impact. You won't realize it, obviously. They won't come and tell you, this is what I did today, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. But you would see an impact. You would see that they would feel more encouraged to partake in that activity. They will feel more encouraged to do things as that. So sessions, public speaking sessions, activities too, that incite and enlighten children for different ages as well. Because obviously, somebody that's 18 or somebody that's 16 might not enjoy the same things as someone that's younger. So activities for ages that also like encourage them to, you know, partake in and things like that are also very important. So yes, that's my insight on.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cherilyn.